Hi, it's Lee, and I'm here with another pickups video. Now, this is a strange day, so it'll take a little explanation, but I went to a flea market this morning, and I found a bunch of interesting games, we'll say. So the first thing I did is I went to a vendor that didn't have any video games, or seemingly didn't sell video games, but he had one tiny little box of PS2 games, and he said, yeah, they're not grade A titles, and I completely agreed, but they weren't all sports titles, and that's kind of a bonus. And he's like, I just want to get rid of them. I'll give them up for $1 a piece. So I picked up 3 of them from him. Excuse me. So this is Duel Masters Limited Edition. I honestly don't know too much about this, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But it's got a silver case. It's reflective. It's shiny. It's cool. I've got Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, and I feel like $1 for this is probably a pretty good deal. So we'll move that over. And I got Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. I think I might actually have the first one from this. I'm not an expert on this either, but whatever. But still, $1. I didn't have much of a budget, so $1 was actually a really sweet deal for me. So then I went over to another spot, and this lady had a bunch of N64 games, and there were more than these 3, but the others were kind of doubles for me, except for one. So I did get StarCraft 64, which is pretty rare, and then I got a couple of games. I think Bomberman 64 and something else. If you were to value them retail-wise, though, the games that I don't have in this particular stack that I got from this lady, I'd say they're probably $100 worth. Just because there were 2 pretty grade A titles. There was a Tony Hawk game that was probably, realistically a $5 game, but everything else was pretty decent titles. These are the ones I didn't have, or I wasn't sure. And then I'll show you. I actually ended up trading some of the games the same day, so these are the games I did take out of the lot. So I got Donkey Kong 64. Obviously common game, but still pretty desirable. I got GoldenEye. I actually got Perfect Dark fairly recently, so GoldenEye just kind of fits it. And then I got Super Mario 64. Now I couldn't remember if I already had this. I think I do, but just in case, I didn't want to give it up because of the price I paid for it in trade, so I just kept it. Now, all these games, I ended up getting 7 of them, paid $3 a piece, which is a really good deal, because obviously GoldenEye, you're always looking at $15 to $20 for it. Same thing with Donkey Kong 64, about a $20 to $25 game, and Super Mario 64, similar price. Same thing with Bomberman, which was in the pile. Just pretty much everything that was in there. I think Diddy Kong Racing was in there, which is another fairly $20 game pretty regularly. So a lot of kind of decent, I'll call them grade B titles, where they're not the super rare ones, but they're the common, very desirable ones. Anyways, I took the games that I purchased for $3, and that's the only reason I traded them for so little value, is that they were $3 to me, so it's kind of free money essentially. I traded those 3 games, so StarCraft 64, Bomberman 64, and the other one for Lufia. So Lufia, not a super rare game, but Super Nintendo games are extremely expensive. The guy had a price tag of $55 on this. It's probably just about right in the store for retail. So I got about 50% value on my trade-in. It's not great, but it's not the worst deal I've made either, and they've been very generous to me in the past, so I don't mind making that deal. So again, my overall haul, and this Mario 64 might get traded if I do have one, but it's not bad. So Mario 64, 007, GoldenEye, Donkey Kong 64, and Lufia in a day that I spent, I think, a total of $24. So that's a pretty sweet deal, because I got these games too, right? Can't forget. Alright, thanks. Bye.